Alright, what is happening, guys? UFC 291 this weekend. Looking forward to this one. BMF on the line. That's going to be interesting. So a quick shout out Jake Matthews, obviously a fellow Aussie. He is a favourite for this one, but it just feels like he is really found his own. Didn't get the last one, but the one before that, best I've ever seen him by far. Especially coming off the loss and knowing where he's at. I think he's got something to prove. You know what I mean? Obviously the confidence is still high because I believe he has hit a whole nother level. And that loss has really probably added a whole heap more to just make sure he gets it done this weekend. So I'm going to be backing Jake Matthews on that one.
Yeah, the way he punches.
I'd rather not flip burgers, I'd rather just knock people out.
Let's go Michael Chiesa, Kevin Holland. Michael Chiesa's the underdog. I would lean towards Michael Chiesa, I think. Kevin Holland's very dangerous. I just think Michael Chiesa obviously has that wall, like he's pretty good on the wall wrestling and the grappling. When he's on, and he's I think he can give big problems for Kevin Holland. They really do work on a lot on the wall work and the grappling, wrestling, and trying to chain all them things together, which I think is going to be crucial for a fight like this, because Kevin Holland's very unpredictable. Obviously, you've got Kevin Holland who can always find a finish, even on the bottom. So you've got to look out for that. But I think I'm going to lean towards Michael Chiesa on that one.
Oh, there's the tap! Tony Ferguson!
He went out!
Has done it! Tony Ferguson is the UFC interim lightweight champion of the world!
Tony Ferguson and Bobby Green. Tony Ferguson's underdog by a long shot. I think he's paying $4 something. He's on Sportsbet. Bobby Green, I can see him absolutely piecing him up on the feet. Him doing his crazy stuff. Could he land something? Could he get it to the ground? Yeah, I think it's going to be hard, man. It's going to be hard to bet against Bobby Green on this one. I see Bobby Green winning.
So far, Ferguson. He's got it! Ferguson has done it again!
I feel like Tony Ferguson could get it done. I mean, $4 for someone that's so unpredictable. I know he's obviously hasn't looked great. He's been losing so much. It's really going to be hard to bet against Bobby Green. I think Bobby Green pieces him up on the feet. It's only a 3-rounder. I think he will struggle to get, his distance management is pretty good. He's pretty hard to hit. He will throw weird things. Obviously, he's got really good head movement, Bobby Green. Can Tony Ferguson catch him with his crazy knees and weird elbows that he's going to throw and back fists coming up while he's trying to do the head movement stuff? Because he's going to be confident. He will be very confident, Bobby Green. Will that leave openings for Tony Ferguson to capitalise, or is, even though he will throw his unorthodox stuff, is his sharpness going to be too much? His head movement's going to be too much anyway. I don't think I can go against Bobby Green on this one. I don't think I can. I mean, if you want to just go an underdog and want to be like, fuck it, I'm going for the money, I reckon you could maybe do a sneaky bet for like a finish. He ain't winning, I'd go finish, which is going to probably be paying a fair bit. So I think that could be something to look at, but safe bet, Bobby Green.
Talent. That's that. How good was that?
Stephen Thompson and Michael Pereira. Michael Pereira, another unpredictable guy that will throw crazy stuff. I mean, I rate Wonderboy so much. Obviously, he's not the same Wonderboy that he probably was 10 years ago. He's getting older, but he's still good. He's still moving well. I'm gonna go Stephen Thompson. I think Wonderboy might be the favourite, but I mean, I don't think it's too much of a favourite, and it would be too hard to bet against Wonderboy. So I would go Wonderboy. I think Wonderboy's distance management is going to be still too much. I don't think he gets caught by some of the unpredictable, crazy stuff that Pereira will throw, Michael. And will he get Stephen Thompson to the ground? No, the distance control is going to be too much. So I'm going to go for Wonderboy. I think he's going to be a bit of a safe bet. So I'm going to go Wonderboy on that one.
Good, because he's...
Cannot stand in front of that man.
All right, now let's go co-main event. Alex Pereira and Jan Blachowicz. I think it's going to be a similar sort of fight to the last guy, the middleweight that went up. I think Jan's going to want to take it to the ground. Obviously, with someone so dangerous like Pereira, I think he's going to want to take him down. He's going to want to grab a hold of him and take him down. I think he's going to push for it. Can he get caught on the way? Oh, 100%. Alex Pereira will probably still put pressure. Try and force a shot and maybe catch him coming in. And if he doesn't, if that pressure makes Yair a little hesitant, he could definitely catch Yair with his hands. I think, Yair has definitely more ways of winning. I think he does grab a hold of him. It is only a 3-rounder, you've got to remember that. And he can be dangerous all 5 rounds. So I think that favours Yair, the fact that it's 3-rounder. So I'm going to go with Yair. I think I'm going to have to go with Yair. Man, that's another bet. Like I said with Tony Ferguson, obviously Pereira's got more of a chance of landing the big shot. Definitely wouldn't be a bad bet to go for Pereira knockout. Definitely not a bad bet. I can definitely see that happening. But I'm trying to give you the safest sort of bet. I think Yair will be able to stick to a bit of a game plan, which he did with his last fight when I watched him with Ankalaev. Went to the leg. He did a couple of decent things there. I thought he did a great job of going to the inside of the calf on the southpaw. Went to that lead leg on the inside of the lead leg. It's not really on the calf though, which is not really obviously they usually go the outside of the calf. Went on the inside, which I thought worked very well for him. So he can stick to a game plan. That's probably where I'm going with it. He will throw things out there to stick to a game plan. He did it with Izzy. So I'm gonna have to lean towards Yair. I'll go with Yair. I think that's gonna be a safer bet. I think he will grab a hold of him. He'll try and stay safe and grab a hold of him and win that way. Can he finish it on the ground? Yeah, I think he can, maybe. But I think he stays safe enough, tries to stay safe enough to get it to the ground. But I'm not 100% on that one.
5-round fights. This is the first time he's seen him put on his feet. Poirier continues to land.
But he doesn't have the wherewithal to clinch.
Dustin Poirier.
So let's go with the main event. BMF belt on the line. Dustin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier. It's going to be a fun one. Dustin Poirier is a favourite. Not a massive favourite, but he is a favourite by a bit. Gaethje being the underdog. Obviously, they've already fought. And I feel like the fight does go pretty similar. So if I had to lean towards someone, I think it would be Dustin Poirier. I think he's a bit more tidier. Early on, this is the thing with Dustin. Dustin will put a bit of that pressure. He will sort of put himself in danger a little bit. The thing is, if Dustin gets caught, it's early. I think as the fight goes, that benefits Dustin 100%. I think he does get better as the fights go. I think he gets a bit more calculated. He gets better reads and he's better with his combos as the fight goes later. So I'm going to have to go towards Dustin to win this one. I think he's got more ways of winning. I can see him actually getting a submission, maybe hurting him, a little bit of a scramble, maybe getting a finish, even though Gaethje's got that wrestling. But as he's hurt, I feel like that could happen. Close fight. This one's a tough fight to pick. Obviously Gaethje can make the adjustments, fight the right fight, because he's looked great in his last fights, especially later in them fights. So he looked good in them later. He's not bad in 5-round fights either, but I feel like as the fight goes, I feel like Dustin's going to have his way more. He's shown that time and time again. Dan Hooker in them later rounds, Chandler, Gaethje, I think. So most of the fights I've seen him do really well and get better, make better decisions as the fights go. And I think that's going to play a big factor in a fight like this, especially for BMF belt on the line. The boys are going to go in, they're going to go in hard. Does that change? I was asking the question if Dustin was a little more calculated early in his last one. Maybe that doesn't matter because they're both fighting for the BMF belt. Maybe they just go for it, which could favour Gaethje. But I'm going to have to go with Dustin. I don't think he's going to play into it that much. I think he knows how close he is to maybe getting another title shot. So I'm going to go with Dustin Poirier. I think it could be another finish, maybe round 3. Round 3 finish. I think a TKO, it's a 5-round fight. I think a finish is a safe bet, a better bet. Either way, whichever way you go, I feel like you're looking at a finish for sure with these guys. I think it's a no-brainer. And that's my picks. That's my breakdown. Remember, gamble responsibly. Sportsbet is the app to do it. Shout out to them. And hey, enjoy the fights because I know I will. See you later.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.